Hello students, welcome to science class. Today we will start with the third lesson, developmental journey of seed. First I would like to give you some instructions before starting the lesson. I hope that you have all received your textbooks. So whenever you go through this video, you have to keep the textbooks open. Secondly, I have already sent you the notes on WhatsApp group that you have to complete in your workbook. The first introduction activity lesson that I have not given you any answers, that you have to do it on your own and refer to the video as I have explained everything in that video. So by now you must have completed the introduction part in the workbook, that is the activity part, and also lesson number 1 in the workbook, that is the name of the lesson is who will do this. And students, if you find the answers big, don't take tension, you have to study for now the objectives and the short answers. Okay, and you can also write in your own words whenever there is any test or exam. You don't need to write what I have given. You can explain in your own words in science, and you can also write down whatever you observe or whatever you think about that picture. So now we begin with our new lesson, that is developmental journey of seed. We are doing lesson number 3 now. We are not doing lesson number 2. Students, take note and keep your textbooks open. We are doing lesson number 3, developmental journey of a seed. Before starting of this lesson, I will just explain you about the seed. A seed is what? From where new plants grow. So seed is very important for growing new things like new crops or new plants or new trees. So seed is the fundamental unit of any tree plant. So seed, we'll study about the seed and its journey, how it grows. See this page 21 in your textbook, children. Here there is a observation part for you, and then accordingly you have to answer the question. There are 4 pictures shown in this page and you have to explain one picture in your workbook. I will be sending you the notes, but for now I will be explaining you in the textbook. No need of completing the textbook. You have to write everything in your workbook. The first question is, what do you see in the first picture? So what do you see in the first picture, children? You can see the mountain, sun, soil, the sky, blue sky above, that is the daytime sky, and one tiny seed which is resting below the ground. Resting means what? Just the seed might have been planted by someone and it is just lying below that. It is getting ready to grow. So now it is resting because it will receive the sunlight first. In the second picture, what is seen in the second picture? Now again you see the same place, but instead of daytime, now you can see the moonlight, and it is the night time. We see the dark sky, we see the mountains, land, and now the seed has, after receiving the sunlight, it is now ready to grow up into a baby plant, which we will be seeing in the third picture. Which season is shown in the third picture? You know, this is the rainy season. Now what we are experiencing now, this is the rainy season. We can see the clouds, we can see the rain falling, we can see the dark sky, we can see the mountains, and because of the rain, the land is becoming little greener. What was brown color in the previous picture, now the land is becoming greener and wet. And also the seed, from the seed, one small plant has come out, which is called as the baby plant or the seedling. This is the first step of journey of the seed. From the small seed, now it is turning into a baby plant or a seedling. So, and the last picture, again you see that the sunlight has come over, there is a clear sky, there are mountains, there is grass around, and in place of the seed, it has been changed into a tree. So the baby plant has now developed into a tree. So I hope that you have understood the journey of the seed. That seed first gets the sunlight, soil, water and air, and slowly it grows into a baby plant and finally it develops into a tree. So this is the journey of the baby plant. I hope you have understood this. You need not write anything in the textbook, children. Everything will be written in the workbook. But I hope that you have understood the picture here. Now we move on to the next page, that is page 22. Here some activity is given for you. At home you can do this, that you have to collect different seeds. See, in our home also there are different seeds. Which are the seeds? Like the bean seed, the moong seeds, the gram, the wheat, the maize, the rice, the green gram. All these types of seeds are seen in our homes. You will ask your mom, everything is there in the kitchen. You just go and find out that these seeds are there or not at your home and collect them, and you have to keep it in a bag together. Then slowly all these seeds you have to divide it. Suppose you have taken the seed of moong, or you have taken the seed of a gram or wheat or rice. You have to collect it, and then we will be performing one experiment at home only. So, and you have to write down the activity conclusion here. See what is shown here. Break each different kind of seeds with a stone. Suppose you have collected moong seed or wheat seed. You will have to break it with a stone. Now put aside the seed which has been broken into two halves, and separate the seeds which have got into powder form while breaking. So what will happen when you break the seed with a stone? Either it will be broken up into two parts, equal parts, or it might turn into powder. So you have to separate such kinds of seed. Finally rub all the seeds that are broken in equal halves or got into powder on a piece of paper. So if the seeds have broken into two halves, you have to rub those seeds with paper, keep it on one side, and the seeds which have turned into powder, that also you have to rub on a piece of paper and keep it other side. So now you have two sections. One is seeds broken into two equal parts, and one is seed turning into powder. And the third one is that seeds which you have rubbed with the paper. You will have to see the conclusion now. Your observation, what you see here? See, one box is given here. So here you have to write the names of the seeds which have turned into two equal halves. For example, the seeds which have turned into two equal halves may be moong, green gram, peas, Bengal gram, like chole and all. The second which have turned into powder are wheat, rice, jowar, bajri. This will be turned into powdered form. And the seeds which leave oily marks on the paper, because you are rubbing it with paper. So with the seeds which leave oily marks on the paper can be groundnut or castor, mustard means rye, sesame means til. So all these seeds, when you rub with the paper, it will be giving some oily impression on the paper. So these are the three classification of your activity. So I will read that. Which are the three classifications? Seeds having broken into two equal halves but leaving no oily marks on the paper during the rubbing are called pulses. Thus the seeds which have been broken into two equal halves, and when you rub them on the paper, it doesn't leave any oily mark. Such seeds are called as pulses. Pulses, for example, green gram, black gram, chana, moong, peas, Bengal gram, etc. Now, the seeds which have turned into powder form or broken into small pieces are called cereals. Cereals from which we make our flour, like the rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, which can be turned into powder form and which we use to make the roti or chapati or paratha. That is your cereals. And the third is what? The seeds which release oil. When you break them, it will release oil. Suppose you break the groundnut, or suppose you break the til, which is called sesame, it will leave some oily marks on the paper, and such seeds are called as oil seeds. So now I have classified seeds into three parts. What are the three parts of the seeds, or what are the three classification of the seeds? Pulses, cereals, and oil seeds. Again I am repeating. See on page 22. Pulses, cereals, and oil seeds. What is the definition of pulses? That when the seed is broken into two equal halves, and when it is rubbed with paper, it doesn't leave any oily marks, Such seeds are called as pulses. For example, gram, moong, chana, etc. The seeds which are turned into broken pieces or which are turned into powder form are called as cereals, like your wheat, rice, jowar, bajra. And the seeds which leave oily marks when they are broken and rubbed on the paper, such seeds are called as oil seeds, from which we can make oil. Our oil which we use for cooking is made from this type of seeds. So which are the three classification of seeds, children? Pulses, oil seeds and cereals. Remember this. Okay. So I hope you have understood this page. Now we move on to page 23. Here also it is full of activity only. Here you have to write down the seeds, the name of the seeds which you have seen in your daily life, and the name of the seeds which might you have not seen at your home. For example, the seeds which you have seen are wheat, rice, millet, jowar, Bengal gram, green gram, or some beans. Now, the seeds might you have not seen, like bean, moth bean, castor seed, mustard seed, kidney bean. I am just giving examples. You can write here anything. The seeds which you have seen and the seeds which you have not seen. And you have to classify here the names of the cereals which you have seen, pulses and oil seeds. The cereals name I already told you. Wheat, jowar, bajra. Pulses also I told you. Moong, green gram, Bengal gram, etc. Oil seeds. Sesame, castor, groundnut or mustard. So here you have to fill up and write down the names of the cereals, pulses, oil seeds. This is the classification of seeds. There are three types of seeds: cereals, pulses and oil seeds. Now, the next is you have to classify the seeds which can be split or broken into two equal halves, and the seeds which are getting into powder form. So which are the seeds which are broken into two equal halves? They are called as pulses. For example, green gram, Bengal gram, moong, chana, etc. And the seeds which get converted into powder form are millet, jowar, wheat, rice, sesame, mustard, or we can also tell groundnut or castor. These are the seeds which turn into powder. So here in the blue box on page 24, it is written, seeds which can be split into two equal halves are known as dicot seed, which can be broken into two equal halves are called as dicot seed, and the seeds which cannot be broken into two equal halves or split into two equal halves are known as monocot seed. So again there is definition of seed, or we can say classification of seed: monocot seed and dicot seed. Earlier in the previous page what we saw? The three types of seeds: cereals, pulses and oil seeds. And now on this page we are learning about monocot seed and dicot seed. What is a monocot seed? The monocot seed is what? Which cannot be broken into two equal halves, which cannot be split into two equal halves, whereas the dicot seed is which can be broken into two equal halves. Here I will tell you the few names of monocot seeds are which cannot be broken into two equal halves are wheat, mustard, maize, rice, millet. And the dicot seeds are pigeon pea, Bengal gram, mango seed, moong, green gram, black gram. All these are the dicot seed. Now one activity is there on page 25, that is, take 2-3 monocot seed and dicot seed. Sow these seeds in a teacup or plastic bag or open space around your house. You can grow now, children. Now you are free and this is the rainy season also. You can grow this thing as an activity in your small box or in a small tiffin things, or even any waste box, plastic box. You can grow these seeds and see that they are exposed to sunlight. You have to see that the seeds which you are growing in a tiffin box or a box that grows into, that gets sunlight and water, also observe them daily. You have to water them daily, see that they get proper sunlight, and also you have to observe them daily. Now here you have to write down one activity, that which seeds have sprouted first. The seeds of wheat and green gram have sprouted first. Suppose you have grown seed like wheat which is at your home, wheat and gram. So we'll see that these seeds have sprouted first. Now, which seeds have grown by the 5th day? Which seeds have become more big, like wheat, green gram, etc.? They are growing now. First they have become into a baby plant, and now after 5 days you will observe that growing into big shoots or branches have come out. Which seed has grown the tallest? You will find that the seed of wheat and green gram have grown the tallest. Which seeds were the first to sprout, bearing 2 leaves? Now, the seeds which are dicot seeds will have 2 leaves. That is, green gram were the first to bring 2 leaves. So, seeds which are to give 2 leaves are green gram and wheat. So, now you have to, next page is again activity page. You have to write the picture of, draw the picture of germinating seeds. Like first, the picture is given here that the seed is very small below the ground. Then slowly the seed breaks up or opens up. Then the third picture you can see the small baby plant has come out with 2 leaves. Then in the fourth picture you see many more leaves coming out. Then in the fifth picture here in the box you can see branches also coming out, and finally it has become a big plant. So when the 2 leaves and it grows out, this is the journey of the seed. So children, I hope that you have understood how the seed grows and which are the types of the seeds. Again I will tell you the summary of this lesson. First we will do your activity. Keep the seeds of wheat and cotton together in a piece of paper. Sow them in a pot or flower bed. Observe them for 10 days. So I'll give here one activity of growing any seeds which are available at your house. Grow it in a small box. Keep it exposed to sunlight and also give them water daily. What you will observe now, and you will come to know that how the small seed has grown into a big plant. So when the seed grows from the small tiny seed to a baby plant, this process is called as germination of seed. What is it called? Germination of seed. This is not given in your textbook, but I am just explaining you that when the seed grows from into a baby plant, this process is called as germination. And how is this germination possible? It is only possible because of 3 main factors, that is air, water, sunlight, and of course the soil where it is grown. So the main factors by which the seed grows into a baby plant are air, water, sunlight, which is very essential, and also the soil, and this is called the journey of the seed, and it is also, this process is also called as germination of seed. So I hope that you have understood the germination of seed process, the journey of the seed, and into how many types the seeds are classified, children? Pulses, cereals, and oil seeds. And again one more classification is based on whether it is splitting into 2 halves. It is called as, the seeds which are split into 2 halves are called as dicot seeds, and the seeds which do not split into 2 halves are called as monocot seeds. So these terms are new for you. You have to remember the journey of seed is called germination process. The types of seed, that is a cereal, pulses, oil seed, and also their classification as monocot and dicot. And I have given you this activity of growing one small plant using the soil, water, and one box, and putting one seed into it, and you will have to observe how this seed grows. So I hope you have understood the lesson. Soon I will be sending you the notes of this, but in the textbook you have how much have you learned. Just this is extra activity. It is not related to any exam. Here it is given activity. What will you do to maintain the garden of your school? Now you are not going to school, children, but how do you maintain the garden of your school? You know that we keep it clean, then we also water the plants daily. Also we will remove the extra weed from it so that new plants can grow properly. Then also I will see that children don't walk on the place where the plants are grown. There should be a pathway on where the children can walk. And I will also see that small kids are not damaging the plants, they are not throwing the rubbish here and there, and I will maintain my school garden in such a way. What is the activity here? Fetch a bucket filled with water, observe water, Then all the students wash their hands in the bucket, observe the water again. So here it is very simple activity. Then when all the children wash their hands in the same bucket, what will happen? Earlier the water was very clean when you brought the water in the bucket, and when all of you wash the hands, the water got dirty. So this is what called pollution of water. Okay children. And now the last part of it is, why should we wash our hands before taking meal? Now you understood the importance of washing hands during this corona situation, COVID-19 situation, that every now and then you have to wash your hands with soap and water. Actually, it was before only that whenever we take any meal, we should wash our hands with water. But now in this current situation, this pandemic situation, always you keep your hands sanitized and clean it with soap and water, or you clean it with any proper hand wash and water. Also here one activity is there, making of a dustbin. So you should create your own dustbin using some waste bucket, or you can use any drum, small drum, and make a dustbin out of it, so that you should throw all the rubbish in the dustbin. Now, so but you also see that the dustbin is covered or not. Now think and say here, Neil leaves the tap on after drinking the water. Is it correct when you leave the tap open even after using it? No, we should not waste water. Second point is, Richa harms the flowering plants. She just goes on plucking the flowers from the plants. Unnecessary. Is it good? No, it damages the plants. Third, rubbish is lying in your classroom. Do you feel good when rubbish is thrown here and there at your home or even in your classroom? No. So we should not throw the rubbish in the classroom. Fourth, there are ditches containing squalor around the house. Squalor means what? Water is collected outside your house, or water is collected near your classroom, or water is collected near your house. It will develop germs in it. So we should see that the water doesn't collect like this in ditch. Ditch matlab khadda. ऐसे खड्डे में पानी अगर जमा रहेगा, it will become stagnant, and that will give rise to the germs. Also here it is written, Smith does not go to school. Nowadays it's okay that you don't go to school, but generally if any child doesn't go to school, it is not good for him or her, because they lose the valuable time of getting education. So you should regularly go to school. I am not talking about this situation, but otherwise you should regularly go to school. So we learn so many points from this, and here it is given, perform one activity. You bring the seeds of monocot and dicot. It is written that you perform in groups, but now it is not possible in groups. You have to do the activity at your own house. You have to put in transparent pouches and label them and make a chart. Means suppose you are putting in one small plastic bag, you are putting gram seeds. In the other you are putting wheat seeds. In the third you are putting rice seeds. Like this you put and make a small chart for your understanding that this seed is called green gram, this seed is called moong, this seed is called as chana, this seed is called as wheat, this seed is called as rice. So like this you have to prepare one chart. And now the last is, what observations you have made from chapters 1, 2, 3. So see, we have not done second lesson, but in the first lesson you learnt about how to protect your environment, and in the third lesson you learnt about how the seed grows and what is the journey of the seed and what are the different types of seed. What classifications have you made in chapters 1, 2, 3? So what you have learnt in this chapter, that third chapter, what you have learnt? We have learnt the classification of monocot and dicot seed, and also we have learned the classification of cereals, pulses and oilseeds. So classification means dividing the seeds. We have divided the seeds into three parts: cereals, pulses and oilseeds. So I hope children you have understood the lesson. It is very simple lesson, and you read the textbook when you see this video children, and I will be sending you the notes soon. Nothing to write in the textbook, only you go through the textbook, and one diagram is there on page 26. Diagram on page 26, only that you have to draw and keep it in the workbook. There will be place for this drawing. You can use colors also, it is not compulsory, but you can color the diagram also, which is given on page 26 in your workbook. Everything, activity work, writing work, you have to do in the workbook, not in the textbook. Textbook is just for reading and going through the pictures. So I hope children this lesson is very easy for you. You try to see the video again and again. Suppose you don't understand at one time, you try to listen to the video, go through the textbook, and after you understand this lesson, after in the next week I'll be sending you the question answers of this lesson which you have to write in the workbook. See, workbook we have to complete fully. What to learn and what to learn, that not to learn, I will tell you in the WhatsApp group, not here. So you have to complete your workbook properly when I send you the notes, and listen to the video carefully. And if any doubt in this lesson, you can ask me in the WhatsApp group, children. So okay, thank you for now, and please listen and understand the lesson carefully. Okay children.